Okay. First of all, congratulations on your achievement for assessment 1, and now we discuss the assessment 2. The assessment 2, the major outcome, the main outcome of the assessment 2 is a marketing plan. So at the end of the assessment 2, you are going to develop a marketing plan for the organization that you analyze in assessment 1. Okay, so in other words, assessment 2 is the continuation of assessment 1. If you want to change your organization, please do discuss with me, because I do not personally recommend it, because you will not have enough time to do it. Okay, so I would strongly recommend you to use the same organization. Yeah. And the second one is basically to research the extent to which marketing plan of social enterprise might add value. Okay, and the next thing that we need to deliver is the reflexive activity. Okay, so they're the things that we need to deliver. Okay, right, now relevant tools and concepts. Again, these guys come back to us, right? The past SWOT, competitor analysis, business performance analysis, they come back to us, and if you recall, they are basically from our assessment 1. Okay, so in other words, if you look at the feedback given to you to tweak your, to alter your situation analysis, right? That will be highly recommended, because if you submit the same thing for situation analysis, your Turnitin similarity index may go higher than 20%, which is not good. Okay, so I would recommend you to alter it, to tweak it based on feedback given to you. Okay. The next one is segmentation analysis. That's the next concept that we need. Again, talking about the tools from our toolbox, the tools that we need to pick up from our toolbox, right? Targeting analysis, okay, and marketing objectives, okay. These two, right? The outcome of these two, segmentation, target analysis, would be target markets, okay. Who our target market is, right? And we need to, when it comes to target market, please use 4 segmentation variables, because I think you are analyzing consumer market for your industry, for your business. Okay, what are the 4 segmentation variables? They are geographic, demographic, okay, psychographic, and behavioral. All right. Now I'm going to recommend you to look at Roy Morgan value segment. Okay, for instance, you can look at the socially aware group, for instance, because socially aware group are quite related to social issues, right? Remember, we are analyzing a social enterprise. Okay, and then write down as a marketing objective, right? Marketing objectives, and then the marketing strategy and program that includes positioning and marketing variables, right? So these guys are basically the tools that we need to use in our assessment 2. Okay. Now, this is the one that I would like to recommend you to use, to adopt in terms of structure. Please use the headings, right? I would strongly recommend you to use headings. Okay, make it a formal business document. Okay, that includes headings, not only headings, title page, okay, table of contents, okay, because it is a formal business document. A marketing plan is always a formal business document, and the previous analysis is also a formal business document, because it is part of the marketing plan. Okay, right. Executive summary. Now, what do we do with executive summary? We do this at the last. We complete this section at the last, right? What does it mean? We need to analyze the others, right? Analyze the other sections. Okay. Otherwise, if we haven't analyzed the other sections, how can we make an executive summary, right? We can't summarize it. Okay. And what is an executive summary? It is actually a snapshot of all other sections. Okay. In other words, it contains the key highlights of each section. Okay. It should include a brief background or introduction, right? Include the key important elements of your macro environmental analysis, key issues of the micro, the objectives, and so on and so forth, your strategies, the key strategic initiatives, and so on and so forth, right? So that is the executive summary, right? These guys here, the executive summary is actually intended for the top management who do not have enough time to go through every single section, okay? Okay, introduction, same thing. So you can look at the introduction that you analyzed in your previous assessment, right? And please make an adjustment to it, okay? And again, I would recommend you to use headings, okay? Outline the brief analysis of the company, the way they operate, okay? Outline the product, service, and activities, right? And a brief argument why you claim this is the why this is a social enterprise linked to the theory. Remember, a social enterprise starts with the social mission, and they put the money, they put the profit back to help them battling social issues. They may make profits. They may make profit like commercial enterprises, but they their main focus is to solve social problems. Okay, therefore, in Australia, if you look at one of the links I gave you, social traders, for instance, they mentioned that they use that a significant amount of profit should go to social mission. And in one of the web pages that they designed, they mentioned that 50% basically as a benchmark in terms of allocating the fund back to address social issues. Okay. And again, your favorite topic, macro environmental analysis. Here we use past analysis, past model, as we discussed before, right? When you analyze past forces, please make sure you show the changes and impact to your industry. In doing so, please show the data or facts, right? What are they? If you talk about the economy, for instance, show the economic data such as the GDP, inflation, or whatever, right? When you analyze social, for instance, lifestyle, show what lifestyle that you are analyzing, and reference it and analyze the impact. Okay. Micro, please focus on competitors and customers. I just typed in here. Please focus on competitors and customers. In terms of competitors, look at their offering, look at how these guys affect the value creation of the organization, right? In this instance, the social enterprise. Now, customers, okay? Your customers are basically the guys who purchase your product, okay? Now, in some instances, you may have the guys who receive the benefits, right? Benefits receiver. Okay, so you may want to differentiate those two, right? This is the guys who receive the social who become part of the subject in the social mission. Okay, in the case of, for instance, thank you business, for instance, they make profit selling water. And now they have expanded the range into some other product categories such as body care, for instance. And do they make profit from those activities? Yes, they do make profit, and they put the money back to help battling poverty. Previously, they talked about water, clean water, access to clean water. Now they think about, okay, aside from that, what else can we do? Can we also battle the poverty in the other part of the planet, for instance? Okay, so here you talk about two different groups: the customers and also the benefit receivers, right, or the benefactors. Okay. Business performance analysis. This is a brief snapshot on their performance. How do they perform in terms of driving the social impact and financial results. Okay, these two are closely related, right? You will find all organizations struggling to deliver social impact if financially they are bleeding, right? It's not going to happen. Okay, I'll leave it to you to build your own projection in terms of business performance analysis. You can make a projection. Let's say they are selling this much, or they're getting this funding, for instance, and so on. So you do a bit of estimate in there. I'm happy with that. SWOT analysis. I trust this is the area that we've been discussing as well in the previous topic. And please make sure that strengths and weaknesses are related to assets, capability, or resource of the organization. Okay. What are the examples? If you refer to the previous topic, we discussed about the strategic plan, the core marketing strategy topic. We discussed about the brand reputation, for instance, access to volunteers, right? That's another one. Access to customers, access to suppliers. There are a couple of other examples in terms of strengths and weaknesses, okay? And opportunities and threats. Please show the link to your past analysis, right? Favorable past would be in your opportunity. Unfavorable past would be in your threats plus competitors. So include competitors in your threat analysis. Then you analyze the target market. Here, as we discussed before, please use the 4 segmentation variables, and I would strongly recommend you to look at the Roy Morgan value segment. Okay. In particular, please investigate the socially aware group. Okay. To help you analyzing who the customers are, who are willingly to help the social enterprise achieving their mission. Okay. And then we talk about the financial, and we talk about the marketing objectives that include, please, there are 2 things that I'd like you to consider. First, please include financial and non-financial, okay? And second one is, please use SMART principle, okay? So, financial objective include anything with a dollar, okay? Such as sales and profits, for instance, okay? So, if you refer to the marketing strategy slide that we discussed some time ago, you'll find examples of metrics. Non-financial objectives include brand, for instance, brand reputation. And in my observation, there is a tendency that social enterprise may have little brand awareness that may drive poor brand image as well. Okay, so ask yourself, where did you find a social enterprise? Well, probably if you do not do this subject, you may not be thinking about the social enterprise, for instance. Okay, so they have the tendency of that. And you can also look at the customer relationship, okay, such as building customer satisfaction, for instance. Okay. Or you can also look at, from non-financial perspective, social impacts, okay, or performance from social perspective, okay. If the term, look, some scholars suggest the term impact should show sustainability. If it is hard for you to look at that from that perspective, because it requires you to look at it from longer term perspective, just look at the outcome, okay. Now let's talk about it, okay. Sales and profit, I think they are pretty clear, right? Now, you just need to understand how to write objective. Objective normally starts with the word to, right? To what? To achieve what? Or to increase what? For instance, to achieve, oops, sorry, a bit of typo here. To achieve, let's say, X $1 million by 2000XX, right? That helps us to, in terms of SMART principle, okay? Assuming that it is attainable and it is relevant for us. Okay, so I'm expecting that it is specific. Sales in here specify this objective is about sales, nothing else. Is it measurable? Yes, this X $1 million is measurable. Is this time? Yes, it is. Right? Is it achievable? Well, we need the previous data and also resources. Is it relevant for us? Well, assuming that the job that this is the objective of a marketer, then yes, it is relevant. Okay. Now let's look at non-financial. Social impact or social outcome. You can look at number of participation, for instance. Okay. Number of participants to their program. Okay. To increase number of participants, right? Let's say This year, I helped my organization help 10,000 homeless people, for instance. With my marketing plan, I want to double that to 20,000. Right? That's social outcome that we expect. All right, that's an example. Yeah, is that okay, Hans?
Yeah, understand. Yep.
Brilliant. Okay, good. Now, the next one is the marketing strategy. The term marketing strategy actually includes target market. That's one that we discussed up there. Okay, this guy here. Right. So when we talk about target market, we actually entering the marketing strategy area. Okay, and the other thing is positioning. Okay, in terms of positioning, I would strongly recommend it to have a positioning statement. Positioning map. Okay, remember the drawing. You can use, look, I'll leave it to you in terms of getting the attributes for your drawing. Okay, that's the cross thing that that you draw. You can look at the strategic marketing slides. Okay, and positioning statement. Okay. How do we write a position statement? Normally we write it to whom you're what, or to whom, with what needs. Our brand, in this instance, the social enterprise, okay, is what concept, right? With what point of differentiation, or the point of differentiation here is basically about the reason to believe, okay? And then you apply your marketing mix variables. Okay. Now, I do not recommend you to just apply a marketing mix variable. The reason for that is without positioning, your marketing mix variable is without navigation. This positioning here guides us in terms of formulating the marketing mix variable. Okay. Okay. Now, marketing mix variable. We have discussed product, placement, and price. And next week, we are going to discuss the promotion, right? Which is, I believe, most of us are familiar with it. But just briefly, in terms of product, please use the term 3 levels of product concepts, okay? And in terms of price, please look at the major pricing strategy. If it is not a new product, okay, or new product pricing strategy. Okay. Now, what about if you receive the money from donation? Well, you explain it, okay, and you explain the donation, right? How you get the funding, okay. And please use the price adjustment strategy in terms of donation. Definitely, you can use price adjustment strategy. It is adjusted based on the customer's willingness to donate the money. Okay. And placements, you can look at 2 concepts in here: distribution coverage strategy, which is basically about the decisions on how many resellers that you want to adopt. Okay. Now, this is the thing. A lot of social enterprises may act locally, right? That goes back to you, right? How many resellers? If they act locally, it is only them servicing the customers. Then you expect that they have exclusive. They adopt exclusive distribution strategy. Okay. And the next one is actually about channel strategy, marketing channel strategy, which is actually about number of marketing channels. Okay. If they don't assign anybody else, all right, that means they do direct distribution strategy. If they assign someone else to be their agents or brokers, for instance, to collect the money, for instance, they adopt indirect, or they may be adopting both of them, right? I'll leave it to your research. Okay? And last one is promotion. Now, this is the one that we are going to discuss. Promotion includes 5 tools that you want to look at: advertising, sales promotion. Okay. If you donate now, you get this, for instance. If you buy this, you get that, for instance. Okay. Or public relations, personal selling, right? Sometimes they assign someone, a group of people, to collect the money for donation, for instance, okay? And the other one is direct digital marketing, okay, where it includes internet as internet strategies and so on and so forth, okay? Right, so that's basically it. And conclusion, okay? Now, conclusion in here is basically include the key findings, just the key areas up there. Please make sure they are related to your analysis, who the target market is, and what the strategy that they adopt, okay, with what positioning, okay? So they are the main ones that you want to include. And the next one is reflexive activity, which is basically reflecting your journey, right? It is kind of reflection about this organization, about the process, okay, about your marketing plan process, for instance, collecting data and so on and so forth, right? So what else can you do differently? What could have been done differently in terms for this organization, for instance, okay? So that's basically the main ones. And now look, the one that I uploaded originally was written wrongly in terms of the due date. It should be Friday 8th of December, not Friday 8th of November, so after module 6, right, at 11 p.m. Sydney time, and so that's basically the one I'd like to highlight, okay? Any questions?
Yeah, I guess from what I'm gathering, the first part of what you're talking about for this assignment is a sort of an advancement or a dissection of what I've already done.
Mm-hmm.
And then sort of developing further from, I guess, more into the
yes
recent models. That
yes
so therapy.
Yep.
Yep. Okay.
So that's correct. So you develop further because assessment one you should have done these guys here. All right. So the ones in italic should have been done previously, right? You just need to tweak them, okay? Alter it, look at feedback given to you. That's one of the triggers for you to alter it, because remember, you have a 3,500 words word limit, 3,000 words for your marketing plan and 500 words for your reflexive activities. So you may not be able to put everything in there from assessment one, so a bit of summarizing basically, and without losing the essence of your analysis, okay? And you expand your analysis with these guys here: segmentation, objectives, and strategies, and conclusion and reflection. Okay. Right.
All right.
Any more questions?
No, not at the moment.
Not at the moment?
Yeah, no, I actually was reading the brief for the assessment. Mm-hmm. I read it as that I was going to do something for the organisation I'm involved with, as in where I work. So I've sort of been thinking along that lines, but I'll have to rethink.
Right. Okay. Fair enough. All right. Well, if that's the case, then I'm going to end this session. But please do not hesitate. If you have questions, send me an email. Right. With email, I can respond to your question faster than class message. Okay.
Yep. Sure.
All good.
All right. Okay.
Have a good one. Bye.
Okay.